Now, I think Richard said it best. He quoted the great Oliver Johnson and he said, "You ain't heard nothing yet." Ladies and gentlemen, Disney legend, Menken!
Wow, what an amazing tradition to be a part of. To be a part of the same company that the Sherman brothers were writing songs for and continue to write songs for. And I got to tell you, from the time I came out to Disney and Howard came out, nobody was sweeter or more supportive or more acknowledging of us than that wonderful man there, Richard Sherman. A mensch, a real mensch. So, here's where I began at Disney. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing. Walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. When I came to Disney was actually through, I suppose, our show Little Shop of Horrors. That little off-Broadway show about men eating plant. And, you know, after the success of Little Shop, Howard and I kind of went our separate ways for a bit. Not anything between us, because we continued to write together. But he was working on a show with Marvin Hamlish called Smile. And I was working with a man named Tom Ian, who wrote Dreamgirls, on a show called Kicks, the showgirl musical. And so for me, kind of the headline of the whole thing was, I'm getting back together with Howard. And in a way, Little Mermaid is our follow-up to Little Shop of Horrors. In somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we keep floating, full time to floating under the sea. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. To find find that nowadays I've mended all my ways. Repentance seemed the light that made the switch true, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, poor, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl. Do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor, unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my call to crying spells, or so please that I help them. Yes, I do. Les poissons, to chop and serve little fish. First I cut off their heads, and I put on some bones on their wheat. Ça c'est toujours delish. Les poissons, hee, ho, ho, with the cleaver I had them into. I pull out what's inside, and I serve it up fried. God, I love little fishies, don't you? There you see her, sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you want her. Look at her, you know you do. Possible she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. You got the mood prepared. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, don't stop now. Don't try to hide it. How you wanna kiss the girl? Sha-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to this song. The song said kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la, the music played. Do what the music say. Go on and kiss the girl. You gotta kiss the girl. You wanna kiss the girl. Together a lot of stuff for you guys. Some you know, and some you don't know, or you might know. So, Little Mermaid became a Broadway show. And, I should tell you first of all, let's talk about the Oscars, shall we? That was amazing. You know, we won 2 Oscars for Little Mermaid, for Best Score and for Best Song for Under the Sea. And, it was an amazing experience. Howard Ashman and I only been there once before, which was for Mean Green Mother from Outer Space, from Little Shop of Horrors. And I remember going to I think it was the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, and you know, sitting in this seat in the middle of a row, you know, and it just seemed enormous. It seemed this big. Of course, this is bigger, but it seemed like it was just immense. And Levi Stubbs came out and sang Mean Green Mother from Outer Space and brought the house down. And I turned to Howard and said, oh my God, I mean, if we win, I mean, what? He says, you can relax, you're not getting any awards tonight. But a few years later, we were there for Little Mermaid. The seat was right there on the aisle. So for the Broadway show of Little Mermaid, which is also, by the way, is playing now all over the world. It is a fabulous production in Russia and an amazing production in Tokyo. And some of my friends from Tokyo are here tonight, I know. And we have a lot of new songs by my collaborator, one of my collaborators, a wonderful lyricist named Glenn Slater. So here are some songs you may or may not know from the Broadway show, the stage musical of Little Mermaid. First song for Ariel's unspoken message to Eric. In Act 2, she's lost her voice and she can't speak. but we hear her sing her inner thoughts. If only you could know the things I long to say. If only I could tell you what I wish I could convey. It's in my every glance, my heart's an open book. You'd see it all at once, if only you would look. All my secrets, you would learn them. All my longings, you'd return them. Then the silence would be broken. Not a word would need be spoken. Then there's the moment when her sisters, Ariel's sisters, and Flounder notice that she's in love. She's dizzy and she's dreamy, her head's up in the foam, her eyes are gone gleaming, it's like there's no one home. She floats away the days, moping on the coastal shelf. Is she ill or insane? Is it water on the brain? What has got her bothered so? It's the bends, it's the flu, God, I wish we had a clue. Oh wait, oh dear, good grief, it's clear she's in love. She's in love, pounding heart, ringing bells. Look, I think she's even wearing brand new shells. She's in love, and it's divine. That girl's on Sandbar 9, glory be, Lord above. Got to be, she's in love. And we even got a song for Prince Eric finally. Turned him into a three-dimensional character. Where did she go? Where can she be? When will she come again? Calling to me, calling to me, calling to me. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the shimmer of the wind upon the water. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the glimmer of the sunlight on the sea. Somewhere there's a girl who's like a swell of endless music. Somewhere she is singing and her song is meant for me. And her voice is sweet as angels sighing. And her voice is warm as summer sky. And that sound, it haunts my dreams, spins me round until it seems I'm flying. Her voice, strange as a dream, real as the sea. If you can hear me now, come set me free, come set me free. So, our animated musical after Little Mermaid, of course, was Beauty and the Beast. And in many ways, we got more ambitious with Beauty. And Howard and I, we wrote this opening number. And, you know, it was 7 minutes long, and it started. First it came out of this prologue and into Belle's cottage. And then she comes out of her cottage and she's talking about this little provincial town, and she walks into the town and the people are coming out of the windows and they're saying, bonjour, bonjour, and she's so unusual, isn't she? And she goes to the bookstore and then she talks about, isn't it amazing? She's looking at her book, and then there's Gaston, and Gaston, you know, crush on her, and then there's counter melodies, and there's all this stuff going on. And I remember Howard saying, we can't sing this to them. Who asked for a 7-minute opening number? They're gonna hate it. And of course it worked out okay. There goes the baker with his tray like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. Every morning just the same, since the morning that we came to this poor provincial town. Good morning, Bell. Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part, because you'll see, here's where she meets Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3. And it's no wonder that her name means beauty. Her looks have got no parallel. But beyond the fair facade, I'm afraid she's rather odd. Very different from the rest of us. She's nothing like the rest of us. Yes, different from the rest of us. Here's Mel. No one's slick as Gaston. No one's quick as Gaston. No one's neck as incredibly thick as Gaston. But there's no man in town half as manly. Perfect or pure paragon. You're gonna ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on. No one's been like Gaston, a kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a swell left in his chin like Gaston. I just specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. I with a guy not Gaston. Be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, sherry, and we'll provide you. To sure how I serve, I'll be only live to serve. Try the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes they can sing, they can dance. After all, this is his France, and I've been here, it's never second best. Go on and fold and then take the glass and then you'll be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. Tale as old as time, true as it can be. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song, bittersweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong. Certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. I got a lot of songs to play. Okay. So the first of actually the Disney shows to come to Broadway was Beauty and the Beast. I remember being kind of concerned when I heard about that, and I was told that we're bringing Beauty to Broadway. I thought, oh, what is a Disney musical going to be like? You know, is it going to be like park shows? Are we going to have like the foam heads? I mean, there's nothing wrong with those ones. Give me a little laugh on it. Okay. But it was so much more than that. And it was Rob Roth, this young director, put together a wonderful team of designers, and Tim Rice of, you know him, of course, from so many other projects. I had known him from his work with Andrew Lloyd Webber, and he's somebody who I was thrilled to work with, and so he came aboard. I should, of course, say that Howard Ashman had passed away by this time. And one of the great things that we got to get in this musical was, first of all, to take a lost Ashman Menken song and resurrect it and put it into the musical. It's a song we wrote for the movie called Human Again. And it traced, you know, as the characters, as the objects, see Belle and the Beast falling in love, they're thinking, I think there's hope that they'll be human again. And days pass, and weeks pass, and months pass, and you see them, they're getting closer and closer, and seasons are passing. And the only one problem is that prior to this song, Maurice was in the woods, and apparently Maurice has been lying in the woods the whole time. So, long gone. So, we had logistical issues about that in the movie. But for the show, we actually figured it out and made some changes, and we were able to get that song into the show. And then there's a song that Tim Rice and I wrote for the Beast. And again, you know, like with Prince Eric and the Broadway show Little Mermaid, to be able to get the Beast to sing is so important. So, I don't know if I've performed this song in public before. It's a little rigorous. So now I do this. I'll be cooking again, be good looking again, with a mademoiselle on each arm. When I'm human again, only human again, poised and polished and gleaming with charm. I'll be courting again, chic and sporting again, which should cause several husbands alarm. I'll hop down off the shelf, and to tweet me myself, I can't wait to be human again. When we're human again, only human again, when we're knickknacks and whatnots no more. Little push, little shove, they can whoosh, fall in love, ah chérie, won't it all be top drawer? I'll wear lipstick and rouge, and I won't be so huge, but I'll easily fit through that door. I'll exude several fair, I'll wear gowns, I'll have hair, it's my prayer to be human again. When I'm human again, only human again, when the world once more starts making sense, I'll unwind for a change, but that's a bit strange. Can I help it if I'm too tense? In a shack by the sea, I'll sit back sipping tea, let my early retirement commence. Far from fools made of wax, I'll get down to brass tacks and relax when I'm human again. So sweep the dust from the floor, let's let some light in the room. I can feel, I can tell someone might break the spell any day now. Shine up the brass on the door.